There is a powder that costs less than $1 that can turn any yellowed bathtub snow white again. This is not a temporary fix or a cosmetic cover-up. It is permanent. Professional refinishers typically charge between $300 and $600 to resolve this exact issue. They have been aware of this powder since 1882 and use it themselves before every single job they perform. Afterward, they simply paint over the results and charge you $600 for what amounts to 12 minutes of actual work. Meanwhile, the bathtub replacement industry wants $3,000 to $5,000 to rip out your old tub and drop in a new one. A $1 powder in 20 minutes of your time can achieve what all of that money cannot. They did not stop recommending it because it failed. They stopped recommending it because it worked too well. A solution that costs only $1 cannot sustain a multi-billion-dollar service industry, and what cannot sustain an industry cannot be allowed to reach the average consumer. This is the story of the cheapest bathroom restoration secret in American history and how an entire industry worked to bury it. Welcome to this channel. If what you learned today saves you even $1, the subscribe button and the bell are the simplest ways to keep this knowledge alive. Here is where we dig up what the home improvement industry buried on purpose. Now let me show you why your bathtub turned yellow and why everything you have tried so far has failed. Approximately 85% of homes in the United States have hard water. This data comes directly from the United States Geological Survey, the federal agency that monitors water quality nationwide. Hard water carries dissolved minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron picked up from limestone as it travels underground to your pipes. Every time water sits in your bathtub and evaporates, those minerals stay behind on the surface. Layer after layer, month after month, and year after year, that invisible film builds into a yellow or brown stain that bonds chemically to the porcelain or fiberglass. It is not dirt. It is not soap scum. It is not mold. It is not your fault. It is an inorganic mineral deposit fused to your bathtub at a molecular level. And here is the part that should make you furious. Every cleaning product you have ever bought for your bathroom was designed to attack organic stains. Bleach attacks organic matter like mold. Vinegar dissolves organic residue like soap film. Baking soda scrubs organic buildup. But mineral deposits are inorganic. They are essentially dissolved stone redeposited onto your tub. Using bleach on mineral stains is like trying to melt granite with dish soap. You could scrub for 8 hours and nothing would change because the product cannot touch that specific type of stain. Nobody in the cleaning industry told you this. Not the brands, not the stores, and certainly not the contractor with the $600 quote. The household cleaning product industry in America alone is worth over $55 billion a year. Globally, that number exceeds $240 billion. Not one major manufacturer sells the one product that dissolves mineral deposits in a simple consumer format. This is because it is more profitable to sell you 50 bottles that fail than one powder that actually works. Think about your bathroom cabinet right now. How many products are crammed under that sink? Clorox spray, scrubbing bubbles, CLR, magic eraser, Comet, soft scrub, or maybe even oven cleaner out of pure desperation. Every one of those was formulated for organic stains. Not one dissolves calcium, magnesium, or iron deposits. You were never buying the wrong brand. You were buying the wrong category of chemistry entirely. Now, before I show you the powder, I need you to understand the full scope of what has been hidden. Everything in this video, every technique, every ratio, and every exposed markup, I have compiled into one document, the Complete Home Restoration Vault. Inside, you will find the Bathtub Restoration Guide with exact powder ratios, application times, and sealant steps with photographs. You will also find the Headlight Restoration Manual that turns foggy yellow headlights crystal clear for under $2. The Paint Scratch Elimination Guide that removes scratches from any car without a body shop, and the Deck and Wood Restoration Blueprint using this same acid powder. The hard water elimination system for every surface in your home, faucets, shower glass, toilets, and sinks, is all covered. There is even a trim and bumper restoration method that makes faded black plastic look factory new for pennies. There are over 10 guides in one place with no fluff and straight to the point. The link is in the description. It is the first thing you see, but stay here because this video is just getting started. Now let me tell you the origin story of this powder and why it terrifies an entire industry. In 1882, a chemist named George William Hoffman in Indianapolis created a cleaning powder for bartenders. The primary active ingredient was oxalic acid, a naturally occurring compound found in plants like spinach, rhubarb, and wood sorrel. Hoffman discovered that oxalic acid dissolved mineral deposits, rust, and metal oxidation without damaging the surface underneath. He called it barkeeper's friend. Bartenders across Indianapolis refused to use anything else. The formula has barely changed in over 140 years of continuous production. By the 1950s, the product expanded into a full commercial line made by Service Laboratories, still located in Indianapolis today. But here is what they never told you on the label. Barkeeper's Friend contains oxalic acid in a diluted concentration mixed with abrasives and fillers that reduce the active ingredient to a fraction of its potential. The industrial-grade pure oxalic acid powder, the same compound in concentrated form, is drastically more powerful. It costs under $2 for a container that cleans your entire bathroom multiple times with powder to spare. Scientists have understood this chemistry since the 1700s when Carl Wilhelm Scheele first isolated the compound in 1773. The mechanism is elegant and simple. Oxalic acid molecules act as chelating agents. They grab onto metal ions like calcium, magnesium, and iron, the exact minerals causing yellow stains. Once bonded, the acid converts those ions into water-soluble compounds called oxalates. The stain liquefies and you simply rinse it down the drain with your shower head. No scrubbing, no force, and no abrasion are required. It is pure chemistry doing 100% of the work. Research in material science confirm that oxalic acid removes calcium carbonate and iron oxide deposits from ceramic and porcelain without etching the glaze. It erases the stain and leaves the surface perfectly intact and undamaged. Compare that to professional reglazing. According to Home Advisor and Angie data from 2025, bathtub reglazing costs between $337 and $630, with a national average of $483. And here is the devastating truth about what that money actually buys. That reglazing does not remove the mineral deposit. It simply paints over it with a thin epoxy or urethane coating. The refinisher sprays a layer of specialized paint on top of the stain. It typically peels and chips within 3 to 5 years. Then you have to call again, pay again, breathe the toxic fumes again, and lose your bathroom for 48 hours again. Over 20 years at 400 kg per cycle, you could spend nearly $2,000 on reglazings that never actually fix the root cause. The $1 powder fixes the root permanently in 20 minutes, one single time. The numbers are not even close, and the industry has known this all along. If you have made it this far, you already know more about bathtub restoration than 99% of homeowners in America. Subscribe and share this with anyone staring at a yellow bathtub, believing the only option costs hundreds of dollars. Every share buries the lie that this problem requires a professional contractor. And remember, every technique and ratio is in the complete vault. The link is in the description. Now stay with me. The part the industry really does not want you to hear comes next. So if oxalic acid has existed since the 1700s and Barkeeper's Friend has been on store shelves since 1882, why does almost nobody know that a $1 powder eliminates yellow bathtub stains permanently? Follow the money, that is always the answer. The bathtub refinishing industry generates hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue every year across the United States. Thousands of reglazing companies in every city depend on one simple belief, that your yellow bathtub requires a paid professional to fix. Every refinishing contractor in America knows about oxalic acid. Every single one. It is literally the first product they apply to the tub surface to prepare it before spraying the cosmetic glaze on top. They clean your bathtub with the $1 powder, then they spray paint over the clean surface, and then they hand you an invoice for $600. If they told you to buy the powder yourself and skip the appointment entirely, their whole business model would collapse overnight. You cannot patent oxalic acid. It is a naturally occurring organic compound found in dozens of common plants. You cannot create a subscription model around it. One $2 container lasts for months of use. You cannot generate repeat customers when the problem is solved permanently the very first time the powder touches the surface. And what cannot generate repeat revenue cannot be promoted by an industry that depends entirely on recurring service calls to survive. The global household cleaning industry is worth over $240 billion. Not Clorox, not Lysol, not Mr. Clean, and not Scrub Daddy. Not a single major brand sells pure oxalic acid in a consumer-friendly format. Because if you knew that one powder replaced your entire cabinet of bathroom cleaners, you would stop buying their products permanently. The entire economic model depends on you not knowing the difference between organic and inorganic stains. That single piece of chemistry knowledge, the difference between what bleach can attack and what only acid can dissolve, is the most expensive piece of ignorance in the American bathroom. It has cost the average homeowner hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over a lifetime of scrubbing with the wrong products. Now here is exactly what to do step by step. No contractor is needed and no experience is required. Go to any hardware store like Home Depot or Lowe's or order online from Amazon. Search for oxalic acid powder. It is sometimes labeled as wood bleach on the shelf. A 1-pound container costs between $1 and $3 depending on the brand. Put on rubber gloves before you open the container. This is important. Oxalic acid is safe when handled properly, but you must protect your skin from direct contact. Open a window or turn on the bathroom exhaust fan for ventilation while you work. Mix 2 tablespoons of the powder into a cup with enough warm water to create a thick paste. Apply the paste directly onto every yellow or brown stained area of your bathtub using a soft sponge. Cover the entire stained surface evenly. Do not skip the corners or the ring around the drain where mineral deposits are thickest. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Walk away and go make a sandwich. Let the chemistry do the work. When you come back, take a non-abrasive sponge, the soft side, and gently wipe the treated surface. Watch what happens. The yellow dissolves and the original factory white emerges from underneath. The visual contrast will shock you. Half the tub will still be yellow while the other half is gleaming white, like 2 completely different bathtubs side by side. Rinse everything thoroughly with clean water from the shower head. Make sure no powder residue remains on any surface. Your bathtub is white again, the color it was the day it left the factory. Now here is the final step that makes the result permanent and prevents the yellow from ever returning. Go back to the store and pick up a ceramic spray sealant or hydrophobic surface protector, the same type used on car paint or windshield glass. It costs between $2 and $5 for a bottle that lasts months. Spray it evenly across the entire clean, dry surface of the bathtub and let it cure according to the label. This sealant creates an invisible molecular barrier that prevents mineral ions from bonding to the surface again. Hard water will hit the sealed tub and beat off instead of evaporating and depositing minerals. Your bathtub stays white, not for one season, not for 1 year, but permanently, as long as you reapply the sealant every few months. The total cost of the entire restoration is under $5. The total time is under 30 minutes. The skill level required is absolute zero. Compare that to the professional refinishing quote sitting on your kitchen counter right now. $300 to $600, 3 to 5 hours of their time, toxic chemical fumes that force you out of your bathroom for 2 full days, and a cosmetic finish that starts peeling within 3 to 5 years, sending you right back to the same contractor for the same payment. One homeowner in Ohio posted on a home improvement forum that she tried bleach, vinegar, CLR, magic eraser, Comet, soft scrub, diluted barkeeper's friend, and even oven cleaner on her bathtub over 3 years. She spent over $200 on products across dozens of attempts and nothing made a visible difference. She then bought a $2 bag of oxalic acid from a local hardware store, mixed the paste, waited 20 minutes, and the tub came out white. Her words were, "I cannot believe I lived with this for 3 years when the answer costs less than a cup of coffee." That is the reality for millions of Americans right now, looking at their bathtubs every morning and feeling that quiet embarrassment when guests visit, believing the discoloration is permanent. It is not permanent. The solution has existed for over 140 years. It was not lost, and it was not forgotten. It was buried. It was buried by an industry that profits from your frustration and your confusion about basic chemistry. It was buried by manufacturers who would rather sell you 50 products that fail than one powder that works once and works forever. It was buried by contractors who clean your tub with this exact powder behind closed doors and then charge you $600 to spray paint over what was already clean. $1 in 20 minutes and your bathtub is white again. No contractor, no reglazing appointment, no replacement demolition, and no permission from anyone is needed. This knowledge did not disappear. It was waiting. It was waiting for someone to pull it out of the industrial supply catalog and put it directly into your hands where it belongs. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe and hit share right now. Every like pushes this past the algorithm that buries cheap solutions and promotes expensive problems. Every share saves someone hundreds of dollars they were about to hand to a contractor who already knows the secret. The complete vault is in the description. Every technique, every ratio, every step, and every surface in your home is covered. The next vault opens soon, and what the home improvement industry has been hiding about your kitchen is even worse. If this revelation changed the way you look at the hidden costs of maintaining your home, please subscribe and like this channel. We are dedicated to excavating the history and the secrets that they have tried so hard to bury. Let's reclaim our homes and our wallets together. The next piece of the puzzle will be revealed very soon.